Hello and welcome to Daily Nexus Update, Daily News Brief. Today is Wednesday, 17 June 2026. Today's briefing covers 5 stories across geopolitics, finance, tech, crypto. Let's get into it. First stop, geopolitics. Next, geopolitics, where every sentence has footnotes and consequences. The European Union is taking a major step to stabilize power costs. The Council has officially approved new targets for cross-border electricity interconnections to be met by 2030. Essentially, this means upgrading the physical cables and infrastructure that allow countries to trade electricity more easily. This move aims to integrate renewable energy sources across the continent much more efficiently. By reducing reliance on isolated national grids, the EU hopes to lower energy prices for households while significantly boosting energy security. This initiative acts as a vital follow-up to our recent report on the EU's strategic partnerships with Norway for critical raw materials. Both efforts reflect a broader, unified push to secure the resources and infrastructure necessary for a stable, independent, and greener European future. The European Parliament is now debating a major mobility package designed to fix the fragmented state of cross-border rail travel. Following our recent look at how the EU is securing energy grids and raw materials, this proposal shifts focus to the tracks themselves, aiming to harmonize ticketing systems and infrastructure standards across the continent. Currently, traveling by train between countries is often slowed by incompatible systems and confusing booking hurdles. By streamlining these processes, the goal is to make rail a genuine alternative to short-haul flights, lowering carbon emissions in the process. This initiative is a critical step toward a more connected and sustainable Europe, ensuring that moving across borders becomes as seamless as traveling within a single nation. The debate highlights a broader push for efficiency in our shared infrastructure. Quick pivot from geopolitics to finance. Time to check the markets, where charts can move faster than coffee cools. The European Banking Authority is raising the bar for financial transparency. New guidelines now require banks to publicly disclose their exposure to climate-related financial risks, specifically how environmental shifts could impact their bottom line. This move is a direct follow-up to our recent reporting on the Eurozone's industrial rebound, where we saw how heavy investments in the energy transition are already reshaping the market. By forcing institutions to be open about these vulnerabilities, regulators want to ensure the banking sector stays resilient as the economy moves toward greener practices. It is all part of a broader European framework designed to keep the financial system stable during this massive structural change. Transparency is the new baseline for managing the long-term economic consequences of a changing planet. Quick pivot from finance to tech. From microchips to macro consequences, tech never really does quiet mode. The European Commission has officially launched a public consultation on the AI Liability Directive. This move follows our recent reporting on the Commission's investigation into AI-driven market manipulation. This update marks a significant shift in how the EU handles accountability for emerging technologies. By gathering public feedback, officials aim to clarify exactly how citizens can seek compensation for damages caused by artificial intelligence systems. The goal is to provide much-needed legal certainty across the digital single market. Essentially, this process helps ensure that if an AI causes harm, there is a clear path for victims to hold someone responsible. It is a vital step toward balancing rapid innovation with the fundamental need for consumer protection in an increasingly automated world. Quick pivot from tech to crypto. Now to crypto, where volatility still treats calm as a temporary bug. European regulators have just released the final technical standards for crypto asset service provider authorization. This marks a major follow-up to our previous coverage on the MiCA implementation roadmap and the recent capital requirements for firms. These new rules create a unified regulatory environment across the entire European Union. By setting clear standards for how these businesses operate, the goal is to shield everyday retail investors from the risks of market volatility and potential fraud. At the same time, officials want to ensure these guidelines don't stifle the growth of the blockchain sector. It is a delicate balancing act between safety and innovation, as the EU works to bring order to the digital asset market. This framework is now ready for full implementation. Diplomacy moved carefully today, which is rare enough to deserve a drumroll. If you want the next roundup, subscribe to Daily Nexus Update.